Welcome to class, you guys. Come to forearm plank. Forearm plank pose. Take a moment here, neutralize your head, check in that it's in line with your spine. And see if you can grow a little bit longer between your heels and the crown of your head. Take one more full breath in and walk your feet and exhale, downward facing dog. Move your hips from side to side. Come to center. Alternately bend your knees. And then look forward and walk forward slowly. Take a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bring your heels together, turn your feet out. And fold forward. Heels together, feet out. And fold forward. And then take a halfway lift. Neutralize your feet, bend your knees, rise, Utkatasana. Send your hips way back and pulse for 10. So small movements, working the quads, warming up the legs. When you finished all 10, rise to standing and exhale to arch back. Firm your legs. Inhale, rise. And exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Step your left leg back to warrior one. Rise up. Alex, drop your right hip down a little bit. Not the knee, the hip. Left hand down, right arm to the sky, easy twist. Left hand down, right arm to the sky, easy twist. You could lift your back heel or keep it down, up to you. And then take your top arm alongside your ear and stretch. Bring both hands down, step forward, Utkatasana, rise. Rise all the way up to standing, exhale to arch back. Inhale to center. And exhale, hands to your heart and fold forward. Halfway lift here. Strong legs on the halfway lift. Strong legs or legs stay strong as you exhale, fold. And then right leg steps back, warrior one. Virabhadrasana one, rise up. So what I mentioned to Alex is that his left hip is higher or on the other side, his bent leg hip was higher than the other leg hip. So just check in, we're looking for balance. Zelda, you definitely want to take your tailbone down. Lift the front hips up, pull your belly in, and integrate your core a little bit. There. Yeah. And then right hand down, left arm to the sky, easy twist. Back heel can stay down or it can lift. Take your top arm alongside your ear, stretch. Step back, plank pose, drop your knees or keep them lifted. We're going right into 15 chaturanga push-ups. It's been 10 this entire time that we've been doing these classes, so it's 15 now. Could be 2 sets of 7, 1 set of 15, 3 sets of 5. At any point in time that you feel like you are no longer able to stay neutral, then you want to drop your knees and go less low. Even if you only go 1 inch, if you're able to stay really engaged in your core. Carrie, you need to lift your hips higher and your thighs more active. Yeah, and Zelda, you need to open your chest when you lower. When you're done all 15, go ahead and take a child's pose. An active one, please, with your arms stretching forward as your hips stretch back. Good, Carrie, just remember to keep also your head in line with your spine. Can you tell how much your head is dropped right now? Yeah. So neutral head looking down, but then draw your chin in so the back of your skull lifts up to the sky. With an inhale, stretch your arms forward away from your hips. Don't move your hips. With an exhale, walk your hands to the right. Without changing your hips too much, the left hand migrates a little bit further forward than the right. And then you have the option, if you want more, right hip towards the right shoulder. So that's going to make your left side body longer. It's easy to get confused on that one. So think right hip, right shoulder. Inhale, walk your arms to center. Take a moment in the middle, stretch in between. Imagine your vertebrae creating more space. And then exhale to the second side. Arms to the left. Right hand goes a little bit further forward. Left hip, left shoulder. Inhale to center. Walk forward, stretch. And you're gonna go kind of to puppy pose. So the hips are gonna lift up for puppy pose. Puppy pose. And then you're gonna slide all the way forward. Keep walking the hands until you end up on your belly. But I want you to do it slow. Slither. Yep. Good, switch your arms back behind you. Lift your legs, lift your chest. Keep the hands on the earth. Stretch your shoulder blades down your back. Look down at your cheeks. Lengthen the back of your skull. Turn the inner thighs in and up. One more big breath here. Lower down, switch your arms around for Sphinx. Broaden your chest, broaden your shoulder blades on your back. And then hover your belly up off the floor by drawing your navel and your pubic bone together. Just a smidge up off the floor. And then lower to Sphinx. And then navel and pubic bone draw together, maybe the tops of the thighs. Start to lift. And lower down, sinks. And then maybe just the forearms and the feet are on the floor, but you're just hovering, you're not in forearm plank, or you kind of are, but modified, super low to the floor. Chest broad, collarbones broad, and lower to sinks. Pull your chest through your arms, a lot more. Good, tuck your toes, and this time come to forearm plank, strong. Nice and slow. Let's do that again. Nice and slow. So just in those increments, belly first, then pelvis, then maybe thighs, then maybe knees. Yep, keep looking down. Hold forearm plank, stretch. Strong thighs? Stronger thighs, Alex? Yep. Yeah, push the floor. Feel everything. Breathe. And walk your feet in for dolphin pose. If you'd like to get upside down, you could take Pincha Mayurasana or Shirshasana, or just hang out here. Hey, Carrie, you been practicing? I can tell. Stay as long as you want. If you're in the dolphin pose, go ahead and take about 5 dolphin push-ups to work on strengthening the shoulders. And if you've been upside down and you want to rest, child's pose is available to you. Wherever you are, find your breath and see if you can connect to it. Breath is a gift we're taking from the space around us to give us life. It's like giving back is so much, really just so important. So much is freely given to us. Life, air. Downward facing dog. Take your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, roll your hip open. Pull your knee to your nose. Step through warrior one, Vera one. Rise up. Check for balance in the pelvis. You're not gonna have the hips completely square side by side, but the tops of the hips can be at the same height. Low belly draws in, front hips lift. And then straighten your front leg. Engage both legs strongly and fold to halfway. You can stretch the arms back behind you. Ground the outer back heel. Ground the outer back heel. Scissor the legs together strongly. Alex, drop your chin and draw it in. And stretch. Bend your front knee, left hand down, right arm alongside your ear, and lift your back heel and widen your stance. Top arm alongside your ear, like a side angle pose arm. Yeah. And this time, just for fun, arch back a lot. That feels good. Roll your chest open and arch back. Both hands down, step back. You can flow or not. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts high. Bend your knee, roll your hip open. And step through warrior one. Good. The rib cage turns forward in your warrior one. You can start the scissoring action of the legs now. Take your tailbone down. Draw the front ribs in. Don't overarch your low back. Better. Straighten your front leg, fold halfway. Keep your gaze down, but draw your chin in. Joanne, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades more. You're doing a lot with the arms, not much with the shoulder blades. And don't drop your head. Keep your head in line with your spine. So look down, draw the chin in, like I'm pushing my hands on the back of your skull, you're pushing into it. And then widen your stance. Back heel lifts, right hand down, left arm up. Bring it alongside your ear. So the front leg is bent, Alex. And that's your left hand. Bring your right hand down. Widen your stance. Arch back. Maybe curl open. And release. This time step forward to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Bring your palms to touch. Send your hips way back, send them low. Right elbow, left leg. Same thing, extend tailbone to the crown of your head, just like you do in that child's pose or even in down dog. Inhale to center, drop your hips lower. And switch. And slowly release. This time fold. Step your left leg back. Warrior one stance, but keep the hands on the ground. Warrior one. And then maybe the left elbow hooks to the outside of your right leg and you go right into a twist. So it's gonna require more to keep your back foot on an angle. If it's too much, then the back heel lifts and you modify. As you twist open, drive your right hip back, extend out the crown of your head. Keep using the outer edge of your back foot. Outer edge of your back foot. And release. Left hand down, step to side plank. Feel free to modify it. And then take your top arm alongside your ear. Bring your head in line with your pose. Bring your head in line with your spine. And vinyasa or skip it. Look forward, float forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, right leg back, warrior one stance. Keep your hands on the ground. Grow first, then twist. With the elbow. You could always just take the hand down like we did on the other side. Or in the previous version. And side plank, right hand down. Top arm alongside your ear. Yeah, very nice. Bring your hands down. Look forward, float forward. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, crow pose, Bakasana. Hold. When you're done, land in Malasana. You can modify it or you can keep the feet together and stay low. If you're in modified Malasana, tuck your left shoulder to the inside of your left thigh and take your right arm to the sky for a twist. If you've got feet together, you're gonna use your hands in prayer and hook the elbow to the outside of the leg. Feet together is gonna be a little bit more challenging. Inhale to center. Take the arms up and switch. And release. Sit all the way down. We're going right into V-ups. Woohoo! The moment you've all been waiting for. And by waiting for, I mean dreading. 15 V-ups starting now. Feel free to modify with tuck-ups. Feel free to have your hands behind you and just work on drawing the knees into your chest or lifting the legs. Are these finally getting a little bit easier? Like maybe just even a smidge? When you're done, straight legs fold forward. Inhale, rise, reverse plank or reverse tabletop. And slowly release. And fold forward. Pick it up, hop back. Take a vinyasa. One meet in downward facing dog. Take a moment here to notice. Reconnect with your breath. So we're going somewhere specific, but I'm gonna open you up in a little bit of a different way to give you a little bit of break, and then we'll continue on the journey. So step your right foot through your hands, drop your back knee down, and come to the inside of your right leg with both hands. Stay here or lower to the forearms, lizard pose. If you want more, back knee lifts, stretch out through your back heel, and still let your hips kind of sink to the floor without bending your knee so that you get deep into the thigh and leg hip flexors. If you have the back knee lifted, drop it down. Bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand. Forearm down or hand down, twist open, roll open. Drop your jaw. Take your head right back towards the horizon. Yeah, and open your chest more. Alex, drop your chin. Go ahead and roll to the outer edge of your right foot if you haven't already. Carrie, are you doing the wrong arm on purpose? Okay. And slowly release. Ooh. Take your right leg across into that full figure 4 pigeon. Stay upright since we're still very much in the thick of practice, unless it's too much on your low back. And if it is feeling intense in your low back, try taking your pubic bone and your navel together and see if that resolves some of it. And if it doesn't, then you go forward. Remember, equal weight on both sides. Collarbones open. So you're gonna have your arms in a position where you can keep your chest open. And then sit onto your right sit bone. Actually, before you do that, one more thing. Walk your hands forward. So go ahead and go forward. You can actually roll onto the right sit bone here if you want to, but you're gonna walk straight arms, like child's pose arms, to the right. So towards the right knee on a diagonal. And you could keep weight equal, or you could play with rolling onto the right sit bone and see what you feel. And now swing your back leg around Ardha Matsyendrasana, twisting to the left. And slowly release. Ooh, land to your back, move right into bicycle. Bicycle. So many songs come to mind. Alex went full on into singing every bicycle show tune. We've got 30 seconds here. You're not done yet, but when you are done, I'm going to give you a couple options. You could scissor the legs up and down while you lie on your back. You could do tuck-ups or V-ups, or another ab exercise, like the Russian, like the boat pose where you kind of go from side to side. Go ahead and transition now, whatever you want to do, 30 more seconds. Yeah, Carrie, you got those. I can't think of what they're called. 12 seconds, 10. Keep breathing, most important thing. And never lay down after core. Always engage your core and sit up and fold to rest. Now. Fold and breathe. Slowly release. Take it up, hop back. Take a vinyasa or skip it. We are meeting in downward facing dog. Do I owe you a second side? Okay. Left leg steps forward and through. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Drop to the forearms or stay on the hands. Again, if you've got a block or a bolster or something like that, you could always make the floor a little bit closer and put your forearms on that. Back thigh is lifted and you're sinking, or the knee is down for something that's a little less intense. And then drop your back knee, check in with your sides. Right arm stays down, left arm sweeps around for the right leg. There we go. Keep the knee in to begin with, the front knee in to begin with. Roll your chest open. So step a little bit more on the foot and engage your front inner thigh. Yep, it's gonna give you a little less range of motion. And then go ahead and roll to the outer edge of your left foot. And you can really lean back, turn open, curl open, lean back, all the options. I think I only named like 2 options and I just repeated them and acted like they were more options. When you're even with your first side, you'll come to center. We're taking that 90-degree pigeon. Stay upright. Pubic bone to navel to mitigate back discomfort. If that doesn't do it, then you can go ahead and come forward onto the forearms. Position your arms so that you're able to open your chest, shoulder blades on your back. Not necessarily squeezing, but definitely on your back. And then walk your hands forward like child's pose, folding over the front leg. And then you walk your hands on a diagonal. So you're kind of the center of your chest and the center of your arms would be pointing in the same direction as your left knee. You can sink onto the left side or you could keep the weight even, up to you. And sink to the left sit bone if you haven't already. Drag your back leg around. Step to the outside of your left thigh. Ardha Matsyendrasana, sit tall, both sit bones on the earth, long spine, and twist. And slowly release. So you're gonna land to your back, hug your legs in, and we're gonna rock from side to side. So land to your back with control, hug your knees in, and start to rock. I said side to side, but I meant front to back. So rock front to back, and you're gonna get a little bit more momentum, a little bit more momentum. Keep going, and you're gonna end up in Malasana with the feet together. And then you're going right into your twist, or you're taking Parsvabhakasana, side crow. Either direction first is fine. You're gonna do both sides. You could always take regular Bakasana. You could always, again, just hold Malasana and take a twist. If you are in side crow, keep turning your belly to the floor so that your legs lift higher. And when you're ready, release and switch. And slowly release. We'll meet in standing forward fold. We'll take Padangusthasana. So feet are hip distance. You're taking a hold of your big toes. Quadriceps are engaged and you're folding forward. Knees can be bent if you need them to be. Just know that you're not going to get the hamstrings to stretch if the knees are bent. halfway lift. And take your hands under your feet, Padahastasana, and fold. Elbows bend wide. Your head is hanging. Your neck is long on all sides, front and back, left and right. And halfway lift. Exhale there. Release your hands. Go ahead and rise to standing. We'll take an arch back. So rise to standing. Palms up overhead. Exhale to arch back. Inhale to center. Exhale to a side bend on your right side, so to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to arch back. Inhale to center, side bend to the left. One more time, inhale to center, arch back. Rise, side bend to the right. Rise to center, exhale, arch back. Inhale, rise, exhale, side bend to the left. And inhale, rise, hold here. Exhale your hands to your heart. Release your arms, Samasthiti. Breathe. Okay, left leg steps back, warrior one stands. Straighten your front leg, fold forward halfway with your arms forward, like warrior three, upper body. Looking down, but draw your chin in. Rise to warrior one, bend your front knee, and step forward, switch sides. Right leg back, warrior one. Straighten your front leg, fold halfway with your arms forward in front of you. Modification is arms back. Don't drop your head. Bend your front knee, warrior one, arms up. And step forward. Step your right leg back, warrior one. No, that was the same side, sorry. Step your left leg back, warrior one. Arms up, straighten your front leg, arms forward, fold halfway. Turn your chest open to the left in a twist. No, I'm sorry, to the right. There we go, to the right, so you're in a twist. That's probably harder, yep. Inhale, rise to center, bend your front knee, warrior one. And step forward. Second side, this time right leg back. Hopefully I'm gonna get my sides and my directions right on this one. Arms up. Straighten your front leg, fold forward halfway. Arms go forward in front of you. You're going towards the left leg, so you're turning open to the left leg, twisting, reaching, engage. Left hip is drawing back. And come to center, face the ground. Press down to rise up, bend your front knee, and step forward. Take a moment, Samasthiti Tadasana. Breathe. Left leg steps back, warrior one. Arms up. So adding on just a little bit for the final pose, believe it or not. Exhale, fold halfway. Straighten your front leg. Turn your chest open to the right. And left hand finds the outside of your right leg. Right arm is going to stay alongside your ear for a modification. Revolved triangle Parivrtta Trikonasana. Left hand comes to the inside of your right foot, and you're going to step to side plank or forearm side plank. Side plank or forearm side plank. Excuse me, bring your hands down, take a vinyasa or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Just notice your breath. We'll do second side. So look forward, jump forward. Rise to standing, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Step your right leg back, warrior one. Straighten your front leg. Fold forward halfway, arms forward in front of you. Strong legs. Turn your chest open to the left leg. Keep your left hip drawing back. And you're coming into side revolved triangle pose, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Right hand finds the earth, and we're modifying with the top arm alongside your ear. So find the back outer heel, stretch, feel the center of your chest, turn it open to the side wall, and keep the left side of your body incredibly long. Remember, you're a three-dimensional breathing being, so all your breath goes in three-dimensionally. Filling all of you up is basically what I'm trying to say. Right hand down, side plank pose, Vashisthasana. Go right to head in line with your spine. And release for our vinyasa. We're at the end. We're going to do one hard thing more, and then we're going to relax. So right leg steps through, wide stance. So go wide front to back, wide front to back. And you could take this lunge with a twist. So left arm to the outside of your right leg is going to be easier on the sacrum. If you practice often and you want to drop your back heel down so that you have side angle pose legs, you could do that. Whether the back heel is lifted or it's lowered, you could do any of the options. You could have the front leg straight, and you could take the arms forward and you could just twist open. You could do the same thing with the front leg bent, or you could take a more traditional revolved sine angle pose as you know it. Go ahead and take your top arm alongside your ear though, so we'll stay consistent with that theme. A lot of stretch in this pose, really, really hard twist. Make sure your top arm is externally rotated. Steve, I feel like you're, yeah, there we go. And then, now it's gonna get a little bit tricky. You need to get down onto the left forearm for forearm side plank, but we're gonna do a modified, really intense twisty thing. So left forearm down, however you need to do it. You're gonna go to that side plank, and then your right hand's gonna come behind your head so that your right elbow points up to the sky. And maybe you're gonna twist and the right elbow reaches towards the floor with your whole body and your hips. And up to 5, maybe only 1. And then we have second side. When you're done, probably a vinyasa would be a lot. So maybe just down dog or child's pose. Take a minute. Second side. Downward facing dog, step the left leg through. So again, you got a lot of options. Could be a lunge stance, could be a side angle stance. Make sure that you're wide apart from front to back. And you could do any of the arm variations that we've worked on with the arms forward, arms back, hook the elbow, or the arm is all the way on the outside of the foot or block with your top arm alongside your ear in external rotation. Keep your left side body really long. And release to the right forearm. Arm behind your head. You're turning your whole body towards the floor. Alex, just look down. So when you come down, just look straight down. You don't have to keep turning your head. Just turn your body instead of your head. Wrap your elbow in external rotation. So wrap your elbow forward alongside your ear. Yeah. There you go. When you're done, child's pose, just for a breath or two, then we'll swing the legs around. And I'm going to give you a couple options for cooling down. So swing your legs around to seated. You could do a couple things. You could do a diamond shape with your legs, so like a Baddha Konasana, but your feet are further away from your groin. And you could just kind of fold forward and relax. You could take fire log or cow face pose, so Gomukhasana or Agni Stambhasana. Either of those would be probably feel fantastic. You could do straight legs and fold forward, or you could take Supta Baddha Konasana, so lie onto your back, feet together, diamond shape. Any of those are good options. Again, acknowledging that you're a three-dimensional being, and so your breath can move three-dimensionally within you. So if you're just sensing really your breath in your front body, see if you can expand it to your back body. And if you're able to do that, what would it be like to expand it into the left and right side? I'm not sure if some of you are doing two-sided things. If you need to switch sides, this is the time to do it. And I would like to end with Shavasana, but before Shavasana, a very short seated meditation, just about 1 minute, 90 seconds. So you can just join in whenever you've finished both sides. If you're on one side, please come to a tall seat. If you're lying on your back in Supta, just lay on your back and stay there and do this. So just take a moment, sit tall and breathe. Allow your eyes to soften. And as you turn inwards towards peace. Invite a sense of gratitude into your body with every inhale. Gratitude for this opportunity to practice. Gratitude for the gift of life. The gift of a body. The gift of air. Staying soft, keeping your eyes closed, settle into Shavasana. I will be back in 5 minutes. Just rest. Very gently, very slowly, come back. Roll to one side and pause. And come all the way to seated with your eyes closed. Take a moment here. Notice how you feel. Check in. Join your hands together at your heart. Namaste. All righty, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for being here. Do you see that?